Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new here. In today's video, my mom, Tina, is going to be sharing one of our all-time family favorite recipes for Japanese pancakes. This was really hard for her because she doesn't ever measure the ingredients out. She'll just tell you, I know what it looks like in the end when it's done, whether it needs more water, cabbage, flour, you name it. So we did our very best. And honestly, she did such a good job. They tasted just like my childhood. She learned how to make this from her mom. And my grandma was full Japanese. My mom's half, I'm a quarter. So there's the little background for you. The true name for these is okonomiyaki. I hope I said that right. We just call them Japanese pancakes. Same thing with furiyaki. We always just call that shake. My mom just kind of simplified that for us growing up. But what that stands for is how you like. She did say that when she was younger, they used to crack an egg over the top of it and eat it that way, but she didn't like it. So she kind of adjusted it this way, and this is how we make it. So truly you can add or omit anything you like or don't like, but there's hardly anything in here. So you could just really add whatever sounds good. I highly suggest at least trying and making this. I know it might sound a little weird, but it is so good. I don't think I've actually met someone that didn't like this, and my mom used to make this for our friends and family growing up, if that says anything. Even my sister, who is one of the pickiest eaters, loves this recipe. Now I'll get down to the recipe part of this. So at the beginning of the video, you saw her measure out some flour. That was gold all-purpose flour. Any all-purpose flour works though. And now she's chopping up a half a head of cabbage. I did ask her if, the pre-bought shredded one would work, and she said no, it needs to be the right texture. And as you can see, she's like making sure they're all the right size. So I would say cut your cabbage into more diced size pieces and make sure they're as even as you can get them. And I love editing this video and watching my mom actually chop this, because this is how she cuts everything, which isn't like professional chef or anything, but this is just how my mom has always cut anything, which is so cute and funny to me at the same time. My mama is now going to be dicing up a bunch of scallions. So this is one bunch. She already washed and rinsed these off, and she is going to be dicing these all the way up until you get to the white ends. She doesn't use the white part of the scallions in this recipe. Now it's time to combine all of your ingredients. So first she's going to be adding in that 4 cups of flour with 1 cup of water. She actually ended up adding another half a cup to 3/4 of a cup of water. Like I said, she's never ever measured this out before. She just always tells me, I just know what it looks like. So she's going to be combining the flour and water until that is nice and combined. And then, like I said, adding water as needed. My mom stopped me and said, okay, this is the consistency that you want. It's nice and runny, kind of like a pancake batter would be, maybe a little bit more on the runnier side. But once you add the cabbage, scallions, and everything, it just really comes together on its own. And there I am in the corner trying to take a picture for my Instagram. Once my mom got that flour and water consistency right, she just adds in all of her diced up scallions and chopped up cabbage, and then she's going to be mixing this yet again until everything is nice and combined. And here is what that mixture slash batter looks like. I know it looks like it's going to fall apart, but trust me, it will come together once you start cooking this up on the stove. We are going to be cooking the Japanese pancakes in a larger size pan. My mom's adding some vegetable oil, I would say about 1/8 to 1/4 inch on the bottom, and she's going to cook this on a very high temperature, and she's going to heat that oil up. Once it is popping and ready to go, she is adding in the Japanese pancake batter, and she does them pretty thick. I would say like a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch thick. If they're too thin, the texture just isn't right, but if they're too thick, they just won't cook all the way through. So just keep that in mind. Like I said, I just needed to know how to make this, and I'm just happy to be sharing it with you guys. And she used to cook these outside when we were kids just because she didn't like having to clean up that oil mess. She didn't like the house smoking up, but she has a really nice oven now. If you happen to be making these in your house, just turn the fan above your stove on. That definitely helps. She's now checking the sides to see if it's crisping up. She checks on it a few times before adding the soy sauce and flipping it. I couldn't do my mom actually talking throughout most of the video because I didn't realize we had the music playing in the background, which I can't play here on YouTube. So that is why you guys have me doing a voiceover. But I did get a little snip of her talking without the music here in this next clip.
So you cook the pancake until there's a consistency where you cook most of it on the one side, and then when you flip it, it's the final finish. But we'll get it better on the other one. And actually, like I said, the first one's always the trial. You can tell when it's done, it gets like brown around the edges. But this thing has a lot of oil in it right now, so it's kind of like a...
I'm trying it.
Yeah.
A fried chicken.
Yeah, it's like a fried chicken.
My mom has always said the first one that you make out of however many you're making is never the perfect one. Of course, this is the one that I'm showing you guys. But this one usually soaks up most of the oil. As you keep cooking them, for whatever reason, they just get better and better. But keep that in mind. Your perfect one isn't usually the first one, even though it's still really freaking good.
It's funny because normally I have so much stuff, you know, and if I mess up one, then I can just, I've got another and another.
There's 6 more you can make.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like cooking.
When did you start?
Making it first. My mom always made it, and then when Brandon was born, I was 27, and then she wasn't here to cook it, so I had to cook it. People my age. Exactly. See how this is right here? It's getting golden brown on the bottom. That's when you know it's almost ready to flip. There we go. There we go. This is where you smoke up the whole kitchen here by adding some soy sauce on the top. There's number one. No, it's number two.
Let me see that one. That's crazy.
This one will be better net because it'll be on the blue plate.
On the blue plate?
sorry. Was I not supposed to eat that?
So there you guys have it. These are my mom's infamous Japanese pancakes that all of us know and love now. So I hope you guys give these a try. If you do, definitely tag me on Instagram. I actually recently just changed my handle to Nikki Healthy Eats. And let me know if you guys try them. Thank you so much for watching. I was so happy to share this with you guys. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you all next time.